What's up, everyone? I'm Ken Christopher, and welcome to another edition of Cooking with Christopher Ranch. Today, we are going to make some garlic mushroom pastry puffs. So, first things first, let's go ahead, take our heirloom garlic, and put it into our food processor, and let's quickly mince this up. And just like that, our garlic is ready. Let's take our attention and turn to our parsley, and let's finally mince this up as well. And just like that, chopped parsley. So next up, we're going to turn our attention to our chestnut mushrooms. Let's go ahead, take a large handful, and let's just start chopping away. Which I'm pretty sure is something like this. Okay. And slowly but surely, we are making some mushroomy progress. And before you know it, we are all good to go. Put this into a pan and add some heat. So while I tried my best to chop mushrooms, I've been informed by production that's not necessarily how we should be doing it. So let's go ahead and start by making large slices. And once we have nice, large, thin slices, we can go ahead and then, cross-cut until we have finely minced. Or we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do the best we can. Back this way until we have more appropriately chopped mushrooms. All right, so let's go ahead and take our diced mushrooms and turn our attention to our stove. We're gonna add with a little bit of olive oil, and you're gonna wanna hear a nice sizzle. That way you know your pan's ready to go. Let's go ahead and with the mushrooms add our garlic. And we are gonna cook until these flavors are thoroughly combined. Now, while that's cooking, let's turn our attention to our puff pastry and get that ready. Let's go ahead and take our roll, and we're gonna divide into 6 different squares. So let's go ahead, cut down the middle, and then cut down the sides until we have 6 pieces of puff pastry that look roughly like this. So now that our garlic and mushrooms are cooking, let's go ahead and season them. We're gonna take some salt, and we're gonna take some pepper. And we are gonna give our garlic and mushrooms the seasonings it needs to really pack a punch to our puff pastry. So you might ask, why mushrooms and garlic? Well, Gilroy is known as the garlic capital of the world, and right next door to Gilroy, our sister city is Morgan Hill, and that's the mushroom capital of the world. So what better way to celebrate our home area than combining the best of both towns? And now that our flavors have fully cooked, let's go ahead and take our garlicky mushroom mix and put it into the center of each of our puff pastry squares, rectangles, whatever they are. As you can see, we have now placed our cooked garlic and mushrooms into each one of our pastry rectangles, and we can go ahead, turn our attention to our chopped parsley, and add a little bit on top of each one. Next up, we're going to take our puff pastry and bring the corners together to make something like a wonton shape. And then we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to adhere our delicious garlic and mushroom creation. Next up, we're going to take some melted butter and gently brush each of our puff pastries. So this way, it gets a beautiful golden brown color. And honestly, this Christmas season, this is sure to be a treat that you and your family are going to enjoy. Now that we've buttered our pastries, let's go ahead and set it into our baking pan. And then we're going to go into the oven, like I mentioned before, between 20 and 30 minutes. Just be sure to keep an eye on your pastries so we don't overcook. You want to have a nice golden color. So just like that, we'll see you in 20 minutes. And now that our puff pastries have been in the oven for about 25 minutes, you can see they are perfectly golden brown, but unfortunately, it may not be the most visually appealing thing I've ever made in my life. But when it comes down to it, it's all about flavor, right? So let's go ahead and see how our garlic and mushroom combination actually tastes. Okay, so it's not pretty, but it's incredibly delicious. So hopefully you and your family can learn from some of my mistakes, and apply them to your perfect garlic and mushroom puff pastries. Thank you guys so much for believing in American farmers. And as always, go garlic!